So Glenrowan obviously is the site of Ned Kelly's last stand. There are a lot of establishments around Glenrowan dedicated to that event, but there was nothing tying all those separate sites and attractions together. City of Wangaratta wanted a building that actually unified all of it. So our job was to not only provide that facility, but also kind of give the thematic link as well. So we made sure it was a recognizable landmark that people kind of would drive to instinctively.
As a content studio working on a lot of community projects, it's our job to provide a space that's interesting enough to bring people outside the home and make them be able to get more engaged in a public environment. And we feel quite responsible in that sense.
We all know Ned Kelly's helmet, the big cylinder of metal and the slit in the middle. Whenever you're working with the Ned Kelly mythology, it's always unavoidable that you end up with that form. But we added a bit of a twist to it, in a literal sense. We put a double helix in it and twisted the helmet around. That gave it a bit more interest, but it also gave us a great opportunity to kind of find a way onto that lookout tower. So we put a spiral staircase, and so it all meshed really well together in the end.
Because this project specifically is circular shape, and we needed to find a material that worked with the circular form. And there wasn't much material that we can think of other than the Lysaght long line, where we can taper the sheet into a circular shape. It was a perfect product for that, and it was quite flexible in a way. We didn't need to customize any of the profile or anything. We could just use readily available product off the shelf, and which was quite convenient for us.
I think with any council job, the council has made a large investment, and they rightly expect that this investment remains in the community for a long time, and you wouldn't be able to achieve that without using durable materials such as steel.
What I loved about the Ned Kelly Discovery Hub in Glenrowan was the use of tapered longline on the roof. Considering tapered longline for a project's application on a roof really gives them that ability to get creative and consider something outside of the conventional roof.
Yeah, we entered the awards because we use quite a lot of steel in this job. It wouldn't have been possible to realise the project without using steel.
We spent a lot of time on this project and a lot of energy. We want to celebrate the steel that we used specifically, so this award specifically was quite suitable.
We're very happy, very proud and very grateful that we won the overall winner. And it's good to kind of see the recognition for the building, not just as a design practice, but also for the City of Wangaratta as well. I mean, it really helps put Glenrowan on the map too.
It's good to promote our company, but also it gives a lot of confidence internally throughout our team as well.
Going to Singapore, going to the World Architecture Festival, that was very rewarding. I think sometimes when we're stuck in a little suburb of Melbourne, you kind of get a bit of a tunnel vision and being able to go to Singapore and kind of meet up with architects practicing overseas and seeing what their constraints are, and more importantly how they respond to those constraints and how they form their design responses. It gives you a new perspective. I'd say the advice would be to be bold. Don't let your ideas be limited in the outset. Go crazy, and then ensure you do your research afterwards, and then how can you make existing materials that are available in the market work to your vision.